Mamindi can rim kakra wo game kesi na nyumre beto dwa wo FIFA Club World Cup nim.
Come game.
Manchester City ni Juve.
Okay.
Kakra bi na me pese no rim.
Na me so ba be kai.
David. Man City ni Juve nim be yede.
So be ka Salzburg ni.
David. And they say match. Ken. Adukronti me wo interest wo sa game we mu ni say. So far, we share FIFA Club World Cup na. Juve ni Manchester City nyina na impressive very much. We share clubs from free Europe ekoi na. Juventus so far ni 2 games awabo. We win 2 games ni nyina she 9 goals a concede 1. Manchester City so 2 games awabo we win ni nyina wa she 8 goals on concede. And between these 2 clubs ni ye pedi obe topic group no. Na ye hu di obetimi akonanim kese pa. And 2 teams ni nyina ne performance e wo FIFA Club World Cup no e ya de ba ko a Emma game na nkasa hype na akosuru because of the kind of football na 2 clubs ni nyina no performing e de mayen e wo FIFA Club World Cup no. Juventus mani adwo ho pay because se me hwe omodem bo Italian Serie A just ended season no. Na me hwe Juventus e wo FIFA Club World Cup na it seems say Juventus style of play no. E go tudo atisane kakra e wo FIFA Club World Cup no because the men woni say ne treback na wo bo no FIFA Club World Cup ni nyina no. Omutimi kura ball no. Omutimi attack, omutimi control. Anka Juventus yeni mo ne de. Omo ye bo boku a see yen control yen bo good football. Yen attack bebre no ensa da nyo mo star. But with the three back no mo boni say no. Eyo obo 2 number 6. Sa 2 number 6 no mostly ebeye Locatelli ana Thuram. But ma Thuram no mom no e drop deep ebe ka three back no ho. Na ono na ye the first face ball receiver. Enti omo be initiate attack bia na eye Thuram ana be drop abechiri. No baba beje ball no mostly ombo 2 number 10s on sanke nim say Conceição mu omo ye typical wingers by this time around the FIFA Club World Cup no obo double number 10s na the wing backs ni mum aflade wide areas no double number 10s no so no e between Yildiz and Conceição but unfortunately for Juventus sa 2 players ni nyina nsi akan but sama ba ko so drop deep ebe ye the ball carrier e the ball no come anim enti Juventus 2 games aken match so far FIFA Club World Cup no ball ne da form omo possess omo create unim say so far uyi Bayern free wa team a washe goals kese pa no Juventus eka ho washe 9 goals only Bayern na washe goals asay no and on the part of Manchester City Pep Guardiola likely will say season e ba be rem no obeki ka ne ho kakra because so far Manchester City so 2 games amabo ni nyina no the open no on the right back left back e invert as usual ebe ka midfielders ne ho Ombeka midfielders ne ho a no manya numbers so mfimfin o te say the open no mo dia control now we making sure say the final line no eye players omo anim ho no ombe stretchy opponent now man the wingers no any opportunity to beat you in terms of 1v1 because dokumene sa guys no sabi onye omo 1v1 ombetime beat you until almost stretchy opponent our the final line now Mamouche green light to operate say Manchester City player yamani freedom to operate Mamouche or drop deep or pili wide wa make it difference in nyanti so far ken 2 teams in the ball number enya nwumre no Juve Manchester City na be one of the best why na be topi most likely say you betimenya Real Madrid Juventus Real Madrid Manchester City say the game no ebesi akobia by battle no baby am pesa mehwe ni mfimfin ho no Thuram ani Locatelli against Rodrigo Cascante and Abranti friend say Tiani Reinders enti nyame ya adum na nwumre e FIFA Club World Cup no ye be witness a good game Mirem kakra wo transfers no Pini Zahavi a super agent a obi enim Pini Zahavi e wo transfers pa na a lot of clients bako Christopher Nkunku a wo see akande ma Chelsea bo boku no Chelsea person mo ton Christopher Nkunku enti se obeka ya Pini Zahavi pese oyusu ne links ni nyina na ode Christopher Nkunku eko team kese enti ubeti yes Christopher Nkunku Pini Zahavi pese ode ne kwaya swap deal e Barcelona na Femi Lopez aba Chelsea na Nkunku akọ Barcelona sa deal ne call off report sa ba bonten se osako hu Manchester United for say anka Nkunku nkọ Manchester United na Garnacho embra Chelsea or try ne call Bayern eno so amfa so papa friend say Pini Zahavi person ye bibia ma Brante friend say Nkunku enya top team emu ayedin me na wo ka say wakwa akuhia Galatasaray for say me ana na nse me de Leroy Sani bremo makra friend say Nkunku ho emu ayedin anka Galatasaray for pa mo befa Nkunku So as a stance now, Pini Zahavi, I offer Nkunku, Eddie Akoma Galatasaray for, as to say Omobeje, so Muntibinje, running Krabia Nibetre, and to trend ye Nkunku's to future no, Ebeko. Now, on say, before season we no, a PAG for Benya, Vitinha, Joao Neves, and a Fabian Ruiz no. Na me for the bakwa, owo PAG in Finfi, nebi bopani ye, Emery. Sa guy no, young guy no. Na me no ka say Luis Enrique PAG me for treno. Akwa ye Vitinha. Fabian Ruiz ne Joao Neves anebo. Emery sheda enye regular starter. Onim say or Manchester United listen so. Manchester United enche bia Christians Brent fans Eriksen ono no be fit nim. O free ma Manchester United options for the midfield. Omo si PAG for midfielder Emery no. Omo be hia no Manchester United. PAG nye omo adwen se omo beton. By yet it is a PAG forces omo beton dia. Omo ne de si China omo da baby omo da 100 million euros for Emery. Yes, PAG for ne 100 million euros. And this Manchester United for no was scan dia ene Abrantie ne da ho omo mfeska no embefa. Nanu na yede betu dwa say Darwin Nunez. One Napoli for di nkoma akomanim pa. Na team ba ko a omo wo mi AC Milan. Kin say AC Milan for so match omo ho. Eskana Liverpool for obobo no. Omo AC Milan for ntimi enti say de Darwin Nunez no uko Europa as it stands now. Akoye Napoli for nko AC Milan for atwom ho afri Darwin Nunez edi onim. Na eno na edimi Real Liverpool. Where the kind eyi Milos Kerkes ni unveiling in the presentation bibia. Ken Liverpool for ne abre. Omo say aka 2. Di omato toni nyina Liverpool for say aka 2. Na sa 2 no center back baako, striker baako. Striker ni be depend on Darwin Nunez situation. Enti sa what say Darwin Nunez a free Liverpool bobo ko nim say kukuro. Liverpool force almost signing saka 2. One center back. Center back no eye Magay. Me no ka say ni agent wo Liverpool krom ho. Magay agent e wo Liverpool krom ho. Aka striker. Striker no so see Isaac. The Liverpool for ye no. Afini e ba be ra July o. Liverpool for spend 187 million pounds. Liverpool has spent 187 million pounds.
Get your agent no Liverpool.
Oh, Liverpool CC. Anko mo koso den. On say or catch Liverpool for say obeba I just saw my promising the playing time. Enti minim the Liverpool for catch them Magay ni agent. Ama agent na ko PM Liverpool.
Just a Konate kwana.
The akeka ko idie. Konate so me won story wa hase. So say Liverpool for na cut 2 signings, a striker Isaac, then Magay your center back. Now, Nico Williams, no, on say Barca for instance, they be a update and more money. So update keke wo Nico Williams. Really, as you said, Ninya Iñaki Williams, ebe kasa coming days. Me won se be oba for credit statement bi aba. Now the attorney say Iñaki Williams 31 years. Nico Williams 22 years. Na last summer, at the time of Barcelona ni Nico Williams wie bibia no. A Bilbao for mpanyimfo ko hu eye omabusuafo no. Eye Iñaki Williams ana convince ni nua ne say ontena ni embo season ni wi ana otie ni nua. Osi ni nua no eye ni role model ne mentor. Enti nipa ba ko o ka asem e de kire Nico Williams otie eye Iñaki. So Iñaki e ka kire ni nua ne say obo season ni wi na opese okwa mechirawo. So at the time Nico Williams say koka che Iñaki say officer ba me pese me kono ena na Arsenal wom Chelsea wom Bayern wom no eye Iñaki Williams ana ka che ni nua Nico Williams say e mani intwapo so opetim bia ba ontina Spain ho na ompetim kese mbo eye Real Madrid ene Barcelona mu baako enti so be kai ya the Real Madrid linki Nico Williams ni nua Iñaki Williams ka che say e mani nko outside Spain teams akese mienu no ompem baako mbo by na ye Barcelona na akra ne pe so enkomo na Iñaki Williams e de baba bontini nyina ne ye say obema o mahu say akra no wasom ni decision e ye Barcelona enti be obafo no omo threaten na busuafo ni nyina no waba besum team e friend say be obao e wo so mane kwa asomdwem ye sini nua no onfa ne nsi fom tem o mususu no on na atete Nico Williams side die Inyaki beka Nico tie ba yesi we die Inyaki agye atuma ma ne say Barcelona no obetimako nti ono unse osua no ana suso ni mutete na nti onfa Nico Williams nsi aka ana osi ni role model e wo football mu say ni nua no
ne brother no
nti ni nua ne de onfa ni nsi from kra
ye be twen komo no
nti ye twen de beba Sancho so say two teams na twen this season Juventus ene Fenerbahce na twen Sancho this season Juventus offer ni 3 years 5.5 million euros eno no eye salary net yatete tax free no mama Manchester United 24 million euros Fenerbahce for the so 3 years 1 year option salary ni 10 million euros bonus 2 million obia de no offer akwa koma brandie no omo twen the final decision na oka eye Christian Mosquera Valencia for a center back no mena oka say Arsenal name boy no RHA personal agreement 2030
Obasna
Omarichi personal agreement.
Aka Arsenal Valencia.
Aka Arsenal Valencia. Aka boy no almost be 1 year. E won the contract nim. The contract be 2026. By personal terms no mudi ye no. Eye better wawa damfo. Andri better. And aye adwuma ni nyina. Oma agree to 2030. Omo say oye future. Ana u use economic benefits na. Ebo no so enkosoro. Enti to 2030 no ma agree nti. Christian Mosquera teams ne penabo ne do nimbo. Season etwem La Liga no say yemfa ball from yen wini ball from no ground duels no ono na winya akese ye pantu onimbo ne bo na Konate de na obusa me no Ken unse Konate de ba ne che say omo ben no ene omo wo Liverpool no waka kiro mo say ne contract ne be wi on renew yeso o ma waya mo ma ya we na PSG yabeka PSG yabeka Real Madrid onim latest club also de ne ho agim Barcelona
Barca Konate
yes na onim say Barcelona Inigo Martinez e wo 34 years until the next 2 to 3 years untimi rely on Inigo Martinez Araujo ni Christensen on person mu ja ba akokwan until future no the obe partner Pau Kubasi no Barca for say Konate no oba obeba free until Barca so de ne ho agim but mo ben Konate ne say teams omo peni nyina na Real Madrid na e favorite by Barca latest so mo so de omo ho agim na Frank say Ivory Coast ni abrantie no waka che ni agent say on peti mo Italy ma no and the agent no any AC Milan Napoli and Roma twetwem komo o maka che ne say be bi aduru no so betima sa return ya ba Italy dia ne 40 million euros or no Saudi no onte so enti Frank say episode sa return Edeba eye Italian sea na me no wie no Chelsea center back Bediashel Olympic du Marseille for any Chelsea twetwem komo so mbenya eye Bediashel
na Edison Bediashel onye starter on ball no mobi so on dem on mobi wachi
wo mu obebobi
na ade no mo bobi no eton mo clubs na ade obi wa ball no me hu so bobi je nton no ana say na wo kotoko ne house pa
team ben na wo kan ho asemi
anye Bediashel de na be say ana wo yesa de no
de tie ne say
players no o tanya bi bo no as wo anu yapton ba obi wa wo timusa wo mobi ba da bi o
asumesi a the television in history pa one of those decisions a shocking we are saying say Chelsea decided say after this asimum and no mu jana kwan na mu keep Bediashel
Kwame between this as anyway Bediashel one and
yeah Bediashel
this as
on was satu with all due respect Bediashel
sir
I didn't understand because you disaster on the level no form, but he was a better defender than Bediashel.
And this boy in Kakra class or conference no come say or national team.
Why? Wait. National team no say who plays oh.
Okoje Olympic Marseille.
William Saliba mu cry Bobby na why?
Marseille powerful.
No, but wait. Oh, okay, Jai. Media here.
What the come say?
Yeah, bro, say I'm on photo and catch other clubs and say we see rating idiot. Catch other clubs on no more fun way. Chelsea for no woman who be near. Signings nibi wa nkoye. Sometimes you agree, then you move on. You agree and you move on. You see, talking about defenders, for instance, yeah, the Arsenal 4 year, the Andrew Better a year or Arsenal. No. it looks like I am beginning to have a feeling we say Arsenal are rather strengthening their defense because their signings are not going to improve their first 11. So, your season, now we are analysis of your team. You know where to strengthen. Now, Obia Washa Arsenal team over the past 3 years, BNM say Arsenal weak points, number 9. What's the making? Now, the signings Andre Beta is doing at Arsenal, those signings are not coming in. Say, be improve Arsenal first 11. Rather, a bench one all strengthen. Because, for instance, Kepa, to David Raya. Kepa is replacing Neto. Okay, you're fan too. Defender normal, midfielder normal fan, Christian Nogard. Nogard or be replacing Jorginho, a direct replacement for Jorginho. And your party the NB Zubimendi no. It's Nogard says Zubimendi cry available. He's going to start from the bench. Now Ashamuas okay. Say Christian Mosquera na Orban. Orban to Gabriel Magalhaes and answer Saliba. He's going to start the game from the bench. Into Arsenal signings, they are not improving their first 11. Rather, they are strengthening their bench. But Arsenal, what do they need? Say team with Lake now strengthening the bench. I understand. Because the first 11 is good enough to win the league. But your first 11 is not good enough to win the league. You strengthen your first 11. In Miami, one pass say, yes, Arsenal are trying to do some signings, but we cry them in few seconds. With all due respect, Arsenal or Gabriel Saliba, or Gabriel Magalhaes, or Calafiori, Ben White Timibo as a centre back, Jurgen Timber Timibo as a centre back, Jacob Kiwior Timibo as a centre back. How many of them now I mentioned? 6. 6. Also confirm Mosquera Sanswaba. For what? Some of the decisions, I mean, or for bit is Ben White. Ben White in the style no ye center backer. Ya more do no as a right back. I hate to say Jules Koundé na or Barcelona no. A natural center back. But it's a style of playing. It's ya more do no as a right back. Now, the situation is in Muya Dia. Jules Koundé can play as a center back. Ben White can play as a center back. I to say Calafiori na Arsenal for far no. To say Josko Vardy or Manchester City no. Left-footed center backs with Tibibo as a left back. It is a SMBC no more ball left back. You can just push them to the central defense area. It is a what to know why you care for kakra about that area. Well, Arsenal more than enough. Nemo me see analyzing the Arsenal team. Maybe Arsenal here pay a right back. A natural right backer, they be an or attack again. When last did you see say Arsenal? A fullback, men for left back or crank or attack baby. Why? Say a natural right back and say a natural left back. How to say acquire foul ball now the ball in wings for what they will be. Recently, you don't see that. Arsenal a giant wing playing in Adiama Bukayo Saka any Martinelli. It is sometimes a Bukayo Saka who game no swa. Now say Oma shorty because their fullbacks are not those flying fullbacks nibi. Well, Barcelona defenders no. 6 centre backs. Pau Kubasi, Inigo Martinez, Eric Garcia, Rona Arroyo. Segi Dominguez akwadan se say the oko ntie kwan se say 5 Christiansen ka ho ken ye be start season no ani say ye wie ye obia nim say Ronald Arroyo obefi club di mu akọ until ye wa Barcelona extend Ronald Arroyo contract and Barcelona deko onu anka say no say one of the best center backs I will see Ronald Arroyo na just that people were not fair to him. Now Ronald Arroyo no over the pace Barcelona highline Ronald Arroyo beti miabo inti akaso bet say the coach ne kire na se kekre bi Ronald Arroyo ye good to go eno nti ana defender Jonathan Tah yanka na asemu bie wa Barcelona moving on into all this while you be enim say Christiansen and obeko because Eric Garcia there was cementing the position Ken say Christiansen beko. That's a Juventus deal for Ronald Arroyo near possible. Then the only option to look at is any Barcelona for Pesca. Because Sika and a Bemo Maton Ronald Arroyo Sisia. What did I say? Now, last year, Bayern Munich for the 2 bets ever for Araujo. First bet now is 70 million, 20 million add-ons, a couple by 90 million euros. Last year, Barcelona said no. Second bid they call 80 million cash down, 10 million add-ons. Barcelona said no. Today, Barcelona bet on Araujo only for tempo. When we say. Sometimes deal go wa on say here transfers deal go we tim betwam ba ko pe one ton a we san so nya bio I to say your wa na yete say Chelsea Callum Hudson no do Bayern Munich for the bet 45 million euros e bia ba betwam Chelsea for anye echire Chelsea for mo de man not for bet 3 million pe into deals bu we betwam Ronaldo de for Bayern Munich ni Ansu Fatimo deal we emi yankasa time Barcelona je 90 million euros a kesa sa o mo shabre. You move on. Manchester United, Ken, one of those few clubs are a what portfolio called chief negotiator. Brofuna Mekano, chief negotiator. Nejumani say, or to office. Nejumani yinana say Manchester United air kotadie papa wojuma ba ko negotiate. It's United our portfolio ye for the chief negotiator. Time nana Ed Wood will hold on. Now omu chief negotiator na yefan Matt Judge. Can't if you got me Matt Judge. Papa we team na ni team kwabo. Say you do transfers na pen who Ed Woodward I know the actually because na juma na say Manchester United de kwato ade corner na ko negotiate na akọ negotiations na waba. Then we got to points here also. Akọ negotiations oye ye hu so. Ye mfa from bra. Manchester United employed a new guy. They said you're in charge. Your friend Matt Hargreaves. Matt Hargreaves no ye Juma or Adidas. Why ye Juma or Adidas for more than 12 years in ye? Can't try and get me those pictures. Matt Hargreaves. Okay, Matt Judge name. Mam next one. Mam the new one. Ken ne Juma ni nyina ne say o negotiate. Now what's baffles me ni say you have a chief negotiator. His job is to negotiate and get the big deals for Manchester and the best deals for Manchester United. Yet Manchester United court market anymore. They don't get the best deals. O can say Liverpool ye omu negotiations here. O just a Richard Hughes mo kono omu ye negotiations a pa wafako. And so papa na that television issue. Chief negotiators experience just say paying for big portfolios. Omo kwa negotiations near day. What's going on? Okay, last year, on 1 year, Messi Mount deal, on 1 year, Ramos Højlund, Onana 2 years ago. He's the one doing all the deals. Say United akoto Matthias Cunha de aba. Say Diabo, say Diabo. Say Cunha na man you ko fa ne buy no. Club will be on the Manchester United by negotiations. Is making reference to the Cunha deal. Say, wait me to 62.5 million pounds. Akofa Cunha there. So play bia ho say kana utua ma Cunha no hwe so na fotua media because Brian Mbeumo initially enim so nkofo no crowd the 50 million we call now the add-ons be 10 and 5 be come beje. Now Brentford says that Sikana utua ma Cunha no we believe Brian Mbeumo is a better player than Matthias Cunha. It is what your sister 2.5 for Matthias Cunha there. Give us more than you paid for Cunha. And they delay negotiations.
You know how heavy.
And when we at Brentford for 6 years, Cunha at for 3 years, for Wolfsburg for 3, Wolverhampton for 3 years. Now they tell us say 3 seasons in year. Last year alone, Brian Mbeumo said 20 Premier League goals. Matthias Cunha has 15 Premier League goals. Mbeumo was just 25 years. Cunha was 26 years. In terms of numbers, Brian Mbeumo was soro chain Matthias Cunha. But Cunha now bought bigger club according to my Let's Go Madrid Leipzig Munyi aba. But we know England won now, but Brentford I insist on say England won and yet disadvantage. It is rather advantage to you because it's the Premiership na say. Okay. If you've been able to pay the 62, give us more than that. Say Manchester United for now pay 65 million. You close to deal no. Real Madrid 65. Well. Ken, Real Madrid 3 seasons in here, Omunya 46 penalty kicks.
2 patches.
maybe your calculations be actual. Me and my calculations. Sir.
What if farmer man? Now, me person business all patches saying.
Me some me calculations are my
Kwame and two patches saying. How was this in 3 years?
3 years, 46 penalty kicks.
Madrid for. In few years, 40 saying.
46.
50 years, they will do the now much saying.
46. Almost say mu 15 and almost say mu 31.
Must say saying 15.
15 and almost say mu 31.
I also do.
Na I say China, my statistics be out China I would want to show you. With reference to the penalty kicks Nana coach here complains about.
Almost a penalty. But when you penalty, Papa.
46.
46 in 3 years.
Last year, this just ended season. Omunya 19. Just ended season. Yeah, 19.
Barcelona for you.
Some Barca tackle and coffee penalty.
Barcelona for Subi. Biggie. Say anything about Barcelona for Zomudika.
Almost same Mbappe ni Vinicius ni mchuchintra.
We are fast
to chin box ni.
Yamama do moncho.
Ebi ano mo dey outside.
46 in 3.
Yamama dey near
white. They also do. Ade.
And then Akwakuka the last 19 no. Almost 12 no, almost say 7. Last night, you almost 12 or 7. Ken, my mention here from Real Madrid. Stories by say Real Madrid they quite a striker. Striker no more quite a penny ante budeme. And another Real Madrid they quite a penny no more na baby shit team anymore. And now some of you who say Real Madrid few say akola a friend say Gonzalo Garcia ball our ball club World Cup anymore. Omo be person omo be rely on yes akola no. Na omode eye antubu dem ensem no e de ato nchen anopa ya reports aye ba kire se Osasu na anya coach foforo coach na Osasu na anya no enso wa show interest e wa akola e friend se Gonzalo Garcia mu because of feel say ono to be hia akola no e wo Osasu na bo oboko nim ken and I feel say it is a mover e was a Real Madrid man si na Real Madrid gina so dinya antibudeme into their squad no babe gina babe si akan momo. I am saying this because Gonzalo Garcia a young player the performance ne was soropa he hasn't been bad last season in the Federation in Kwadani League ni no and also at the lower division for Real Madrid Castilla about 36 matches no boy no or share 25 goals e wo ho. And this are collabo in a lower division. No about 36 games, not 25 goals. Ubenya sa GDN ne trust na wa kwada mu se o man opportunity into the senior team a obetimi aboa no baba be se sanema e wo senior team nim and na say wa kire pen numbers se ade a ohia e opportunity and say bigger platform. And in Madrid mpani for no e man sa akwanya no wo senior team nim sa akwada ne mra no mra mesi akan for the senior team a I feel it is a step in the right direction. But me kase was some Madrid way so no mama antibuda me move ne bam because Ken antibuda me move no he's an experienced player. Antibuda me we are talking about I was 33 years in the Spanish La Liga open season there he was one of the best strikers in the Spanish La Liga. Oshes 21 goals I was Spanish La Liga nimu Ubeyi Kylian Mbappe e de afio. No yi Robert Lewandowski de afio. O yi omumi enu fio no play o che goals kese pa e ya antibudame. Last 2 seasons, was 17 goals e was Spanish La Liga nimu. And for the past 2 seasons, was 17 bako no was 21 bako. That consistent performance has been there. Or your experienced player, unlike a player friend is Gonzalo Garcia. Antibudame is an experienced player. Oma Gonzalo Garcia tena the Baba say a bench no Baba better no man opportunity to Madrid. I feel no Baba be the experience in the Premier League and the learning curve. E wa Real Madrid bobo kunim. It is a Kylian Mbappe ni ho. Now we ye change. Now the Gonzalo Garcia ba. One kasa wa kuma many deep within you. Unim say the akwala o ye inexperience a woni gidie woni mu na eba. But all man akwanya ni because our prospect. No Baba be bo e bia no watimi aye bibi. But Buda me akire say in the absence of a Kylian Mbappe I was Spanish La Liga nim de odine ba mu a ubetimi anya gidie woni mu enti se Osasuna pe wo player no a oye young and inexperienced Osasuna fana sa learning curve ni opportunity na Madrid wo de be ma no eno kwa na be yan kakra but Osasuna be ma no fully because ono the typical number na say the main striker no e na e ba be ba wo ho no enti mo cross carpet na wo akola anako na adeɛ na ɛsɛ sɛ osua wɔ Spanish La Liga nim no wakɔ akosua mistakes ɔbɛyɛ ɔyɛ ma Osasuna poor performance ɔbɛdan na di ma Osasuna na wo wagye refined product na yɛ anti-Budame no ɛde aba wo team nim after a year or two Budame age ne ntan kɔ so biem na abɛma na kɔ no na wakɔla na ɔde ni kolo na gye ni saa experience no ɛwɔ La Liga nim a afei wo fa na ba ɔbɛnya gidie ɛnso wɔ ni mu wo yɛ no ni free hɔ no ma anti-Budame price tag can the release clause ɛyɛ 8 million euros when you can't be Madrid. It's in a few say Madrid ma move way here. It is going to be a win-win situation for Real Madrid. It's almost making sure some better now moving abaso between these two teams than the Conca both players. Can moving on. Still in Madrid, Atletico Madrid Bobo Kono. Coach I friend said Diego Simeone wants to take a decision. Decision Opeso taking is a few so being a player, Alabama goals pa. I want any more honum. And the striker Manchester United a penal. Arsenal a penal, Victor Gyökeres, any other teams into so penal no. Atletico Madrid yo mo kwa gym. No mo so ahwe so betimi anya strike and na ba. Na Atletico Madrid decision no beso take no. Opeso ton player baako. Player opeso ton no e Alexander Solot. Omo the 40 million euros price tag na to Solot so. So omo nya buy a omo meja abrante na manako. But the entia me this ankomo we ne say. O Atletico Madrid season no mo boy last season. The best striker na ye Solot. In terms of play, ball. Ubeyi Julian Alvarez, no doubt. But open striker no ma goals pa. Na you play a friend is Alexander Solot. Because Alexander Solot matches or boy, any numbers or my no, or prove yes or better than any striker. I want Atletico Madrid bobo konim. Can the season na bowi you know, or share 20 goals and the man Atletico Madrid bobo kono. Or about 35 games the man, but out of those 35 games, or starting only 15. And to only play or ya starter. But even with almost starting while Atletico Madrid bobo ni mumpono, a branch any man numbers and so the chance anchor for no. Player your friend said Julian Alvarez about 37 matches. 37 matches no boy or share 17 goals. And Drew Solot there or started 30 matches and the man Atletico Madrid bobo no. Solot only started 15 games. It is a whole compare the two. Solot performance now was so the China there. For Antoine Griezmann company the least said about him the better. It is a OPOB. I'm an free club anymore. Looking at the numbers game one. Meaning this is say yes a lot because he did well than these players. Atletico Madrid positions I wasn't the focus no making sure so be failing no. A does hotel looking at the striking department, especially their left back position because he's in a boy now. Javi Galan born and your papa. Ultimately Didier was spilling quota more as a left back. And these are the positions that I will focus on. No making sure so be strengthened rather than looking at positions I fixed that na near me kind ewo. Ken, moving on. Arsenal extended the contract of a player. A friend said, I'm left back, Marcel Lewis Kelly. And seriously speaking, it is one of the news I'm a TM pa. Na kwa kudi nkomona oka. Say who Arsenal are obo fullbacks are. Omo ye attacking at like omo attackingly. Omo what that instinct. I bought him to going forward. Didn't say obe humbi. Arsenal bobo konim because almost obi no bebo left back position. Almost obi no bebo right back position was Arsenal. Most of them normally center backs. And Mikel Arteta na nkasa convert yomo. And the team ba obo right back the Arsenal it's a center back. And they are converting it to the right back position. Obetimi abono solidify position in the amount. But attacking wise, almost a lot of options. But converting Marcel Lewis Kelly bebo the left back position no. He's been doing that quite often to help the Arsenal team. Because no a midfielder. It is a young quiet new man casting problem on Famano to be about the left back position. Or more options or supported the attack and so well anymore. And he's been doing very well on platforms that will generate your ball games, especially the big matches. Now you move be as a ball now wabono on your bigger opportunities to bet me a ball. At the big level, at the highest stage, obey me a ball. Akwadane Chere. Against Manchester City, he was superb. In the semi-finals, quarter-finals of the Champions League, on the Real Madrid, Bobo Akwadane performance, our dine do a park and so on. It was super. It's in a clearly. Or proving it was he's one player is into help the Arsenal setup, and that's inverted fullback role. No? And your player be an ultimate in the bomb. Even those experienced players, or mobile fullbacks, no, again experience the creator out your mobile heading, but Nini Akwadane Jiremu, Esiakan Jumama Arsenal and some faswa. Such players you have to keep them, and we shouldn't forget so you're very young. And the fear of Arsenal so they say, "Hey, Madrid are any needing come possibly a miracle anymore. Or Babe free agent Madrid best step in." No ma baba be fa akwadane de akọ. It is Arsenal atenase ehu akwadane more the money in the performance. No mo the contract amano. Ama na extend there. I feel it is a step in the right direction. It is very good for the Arsenal team and going for the best Arsenal bobo.
Just let Barca say we are so to say Akrawi. What the better saying position by left backs.
Left backs it will be assist here.
Some say 1 and 2 in a year. Nuno Mendes and Bardi this season.
Yeah.
Sabadi no could pry in a call.
Yeah.
Na I am 1 and 2 no.
1 and 2
1 and 3.
3 they made the Grimado Beshaw.
Grimado.
By Leverkusen.
Obobo
Pa.
Grimado say last season and the last 2 seasons.
Last season.
I grow a big game so boy
Oh, he did very well. He did very well.
Okay.
Yes. And then I'm so ma.
Yeah,
Kuku so crowd.
Kuku. Yeah, Kuku. So Kuku kura na nka on is.
Them the Kuku be third. Nam the Grimado aba fourth.
That be Kuku so too bad yana. Kuku omo nyina so no ono oyi Nuno Mendes free wa. Ono na wo bibia bi.
Body boy Champions League. Yeah, na Football Conference League in front of him betoto. Champions League
Kuku Conference League.
Bibo Champions League than level no so.
As a presidential cup.
Okay. Emo bombo Josco Vadio ma hwemo saa.
Oh, Vadio. Ebia na ye kind of center back so.
Also Obon Wendy.
Josco Vadio boy.
Vadio mo de Jaka money you know be. You fancy me that say. You fancy. Okay. And you see team play of the season na.
Hey.
I get team on the yard. Okay.